Right, ma'am, this is our terrain model and also a representation of what a green city would look like. So we have our sketch right here, a rough, very rough sketch, and then I'll explain what all of these different things mean. This is what a military operation terrain model green city is representing. So starting off at the top, we have a northing going this way. To our south, we have a water, some kind of river. And then we have some mountains, and then some middle ground land on both sides to east and west. And so at the top, all of these, any of these popsicle sticks are gonna represent some kind of agriculture. So we have our main farmlands are up in the north to these areas. And then we're gonna have a little bit of residential housing just for those farmers. That's going to be like on the border of them. This right here represents solar farms. So it's going to have some, agro farming. We're going to be mixing some solar panels for protection for the animals. And then on the other side of this, we're going to have some windmills and some other energy producing things that are close enough to the farmlands but far enough away to where they can kind of do their own thing. This represents a stream, this blue, as it goes into the river. And then these trees are all trees that outline anywhere close to where maybe possible extra fertilizer and stuff will be running off. The trees will be able to absorb that before it gets to other areas of the board. As well as the same with water. Anytime there's water, there's going to be trees lining it, so that they can absorb any extra possible chemicals or issues that happen before it gets to the water supply. So as we continue on down the board, the black is all of our electric rail lines that we're going to be implemented. So we're going to have electric rail lines on both sides of the river. We're going to have some bridges, and we are going to have a natural land bridge for animals. And so these are power lines lining this stream. And then we're gonna have more power lines over here to the west, and I'll explain more of this right now before I head over. So in this west side of our building, we have all of our school buildings. Again, agriculture in the middle before we get to our school buildings, and residential housing. So all of our residential housing, again with agriculture, community gardens and other kind of planting and just community areas that aren't so far away as the main agriculture. That's in between the housing, and then we have the schools, and then the electric transportation to the schools. Going further back over the east, we have our water reservoir, again surrounded by trees. We have any kind of military base or operations going on right here, governmental stuff. And then down here we have our college campus, and this is where we're going to have all of our, this is going to be our city. So we have our city still has these agricultural places in between, so that way we can still plant stuff and grow stuff. And then down here, this is our, this is going to be the recreational area for all people to come and enjoy, and it gives a buffer before we get to the water, again, to prevent issues in the water. On the other side of the river, again, we get back to below our residential area and our schools. Then we have all of our energy power. So energy, we can have like some solar stuff. Our wind's up there, but we could have some wind stuff. And then down here is going to be our water treatment plant right by the water, just like we see here at West Point. So that way, as we get the wastewater from the whole city, then we're able to treat it and put it back into the water supply. And that conducts an overview of how our green city is oriented.